What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review the debut album by American rapper and Dipset rapper Jim Jones within these pitches. Basically, this particular product is called On My Way to Church, and it came out in the summer of 2004. So within pitches about it here, within the particular aspects now, Dipset as the Diplomats dropped a series of albums in the early mid-2000s, pitch like that. Basically, I think they were diplomatic immunities, which one of which came out in early 2003, the other of which came out later on in 2004. Pitch like that, some bang type ordeals, some of those type aspects. Definitely classic type era as like the burgeoning mixtape scene was starting to happen. Pitch like that. I really do need to get towards some of those type ones, the diplomatic immunity type ones. But it's the pitch. I believe that they're double albums. Pitch like that, or is with the aspect. It's the particular tone. It's going to be kind of an entree and gourmet type meal within those pitch to get towards those type ones. So it's kind of within the pitch as far as those aspects. But I'm going to get towards those within those aspects as far as the pitch can happen. Getting to further Cameron, getting the From Me to You album by Joel Santana, some of those pitches. So it's the aspects as far as saying. But this is a Jim Jones album that out of the 2000s Jim Jones albums, I did not fuck with this one as much. Heavily commonplace. It's kind of pitch that I regret that nowadays within these pitches, because this is a pretty classic banger within these pitches. Definitely a furious type one within the aspect like those particular days. It is like the DJ drama kind of mixtape scene pitch like that. Plenty of these type ones, particularly a few of these on here like Crunk Music and End of the Road. Some of these pitches within these aspects that just feel like particular just offshoots and further type brandings and pitches like that. That particular flair of like Jay-Z, The Blueprint, Fat Joe's particular songs like Take Me Home by Fat Joe off the Terror Squad album, some of those type pitches off the 2004 Terror Squad, some of those type aspects. Lil Wayne from the Dedication mixtapes, Jeezy from Trap or Die, playing that type flair just in spades within that sort of particular product. It's just very blister type ordeals, just ahead of the times within those pitches, just real sparky ear to the streets type appeal pitch like that, some bang type ness. This one more so than like Harlem Diary of a Summer from 2005 or Hustler's POME. This one's a real hungry type Jim Jones and pitch like that, amidst some of these type phrases that just kind of the hungry hustler type aspect and the grit of like the Fritos runs, the Cruise Longs and the 6'4s and pitch like that, and the Hoopties, some of these aspects from the pitch as far as saying just some of these type products that get towards the day type scene and more. Now within the aspects when you get towards more Lil Wayne with like that New Orleans type style and the Miami, Florida type style pitch like that, it's kind of within the city type commute and populace of it, but it's kind of like I would say like a more roughneck type, probably like a 2000s variation, like some Illmatic type flair notes within the pitch. Illmatic had some grease type factor amongst it as well within those pitches, but that one was kind of that one was a little bit more illustrious and lofty within like the pitches of like the kind of pawn shop type shopping pitch like that. This one has more soul type factor kind of within the pitch like the Dipset type flair that was popping up in like the early 2000s, some of those type prices. The pitch as far as saying, but just paying attention to like the hit type appeal. I would definitely say in terms like thinking of like the 2000s type decade and some of the mixtape type scene and pitch like that, for this being an album, this is definitely a more recognizable type one that had a number of songs from these particular fairs that were recited and pitches like that within Sister Bryce. Is pretty like the appeal behind this album is kind of underrated within these pitches as far as paying attention to like the format as to how the glam factor kind of went along with it. There just were some ones that were consistently ripped with like freestyles and pitch like that. Probably if you search on YouTube you can find a number of beats from this album that folks go in on and pitch like that since the fairs. So definitely had the complex, very similar. Like when you think of hit songs by Jay-Z, like You Don't Know and Takeover, songs that ones that were just routine type staples to freestyle to songs that pitches. This is another rap classic within those ordeals. Doesn't get as much complex within these aspects, considering the fact that I think certain folks within pitches give Jim Jones a hard time just because for the most part his one hit wonder type appeal with just We Fly High pitch like that is kind of within those complexes. He does have Pop Champagne also, but it's just not as super common that he gets like to the full bound top of the charts, and you know he's not he's more like a New York kind of ringtone type rapper pitch like that. But it's not to say he does have the lyricism. He has potent albums pitch like that. He's very underappreciated, but it's kind of pitch as far as saying it kind of being like the Illmatic type flair as far as just like the pitch, like the impact that it kind of particularly had. It's probably like the mixtape type aspect like an Illmatic with some of those stuff as far as like the pitch kind of happened. Just the variety when you think of like the flares that like DJ Drama, Jay-Z, some of those type folks, Jeezy, Joel Santana, a bunch of these type folks were getting to in the 2000s. This is one of those type ones that this is a definite reference type point for 2000s pitch like this, and this heavy type ordeal, very underappreciated. Some of these type ones, it's, yeah, like I was saying, some of these type pitches is some recognizable type staples. End of the Road's really one of those type ones. Crunk Music's one of those type ones. I feel like probably Shotgun Fire's one of those type ones. Only One Way Up and Shotgun Fire, a few more of those type ones pitch like this. It has pretty good buzzing type one. Also, kind of within some type aspects, of just like the snap, like some street jumps on there, pitches like that, similar to Get Rich or Die Trying. When you think of hit songs by 50 Cent that popped up, just another type of feels like High All the Time and Heat. And some of these type ones pitched like that, Many Men, some type ones aspects, as far as some of those type flares can happen, like another type one, Patiently Waiting, pitched like that, some type ones that just had like buzz single type feels. So it's kind of pitched that just had a number of jumps off it. Just probably within the aspect, I think nowadays the reception behind this album has enough complex kind of with the pitch that it's probably one of the better received type Jim Jones type albums kind of with the pitch. He doesn't typically get most of that kind of album type acclaim pitch like that, but this is one of those type ones that is a pretty good consistent staple. Easily enough can get 10 out of 10 out of the 16 songs in here. There's 5 songs I'm not going to talk about within these pitches. Capo Status, the first take, second take, and the final take are good within these pitches, but it's kind of the same format, and it's just a brief type aspect from the tone. I just question how the Pharaoh disc listening to it within the album type format works, but it's kind of the pitch is just the variety. It's kind of like the way Lil Wayne would do later on with the Carter 2 within these pitches with Fly In and Fly Out, and then like the in-between, I forget what the middle type one. Lil Wayne did that with the Carter 2 album with Fly In, Fly Out, and then there's another type 1 in the middle album. It might be called C2 or Carter 2 pitch like that, but the variety as far as saying 3 type songs of the Carter 2 pitch like that, but it's good, nice players within those pitches. Not going to talk about that one with these aspects, but it's another banging type 1 within pitch like that. The similar type varieties is good. Good Hungry Hustle kind of overcast kind of day grease pitch like that, sounds type varieties, but missed the pitch as far as saying. So in those aspects, so good banging typeness in the aspect here. Another classic for Jim Jones pitch like that. Playing these other type ones. Pray for Rain is a classic. Hustlers POME is a classic. Harlem Diaries Summer's pretty. I reviewed that one back in early 2023, which I reviewed all the 2000s Jim Jones albums with these pitches, including like the Rooftop with DJ Webstar with the pitch. Harlem Diaries Summer's definitely above average type 1. Songs like Honey Dip on there and like Baby Girl and Summer with Miami, some of the pitches, the aspects for us saying some of those banging type ones. What You've Been Drinking On pitch like this, some What You've Been Drinking On, some of the pitch amongst a good banging typeness. But within these pitches here, this one's just a little bit more This one's more of like the street album within these pitches to get towards the singles here. Pitch like that. It's kind of the variety as far as saying paying attention to like the aspect kind of behind it. This is more kind of DJ Drunk kind of mixtape and just blueprint type flair. Doesn't have like the Trey Songs type hook and the fares like that, since the pitches amongst like the particular variety of like the more just glam and zazz type factor the way you get with like Pop Champagne and something that pitch amongst it. It's kind of variety as far as saying still just real hungry, ear to the streets type album pitch like that. So Certified Gangsters is a hitting type 1. It's like an excellent throwback, kind of ride through NWA type style pitch like that. Cruising in My 6'4" by Eazy-E, some type pitches, just basic kind of Boys in the Hood type bop pitch like that. The simple surf, some of these type aspects, grab like some Mickey D's, get several McDoubles, couple large fries pitch like that, ice cold Coke, some type aspects pitch, just standard hit type fry pitch like that, just get some sunshine. Got within the obviously throwing in Popeyes, some type pitches on top of that, some type varieties, some particular type flares, just kind of particular aspects of this real hot, simple yellow skies, just earnest type day pitch like that. Sense affairs, just amongst aspect, this balmy type nest pitch like that. So it's good, nice variety. Kind of get out in the some weather, get your cruise on pitch like that. It's appreciate like the park side and so the aspects with the tongue. Definitely get some tokage going on top of that. It's really more of just like a commerce type song. It's this kind of pitch, it just top down sensitive aspects, just appreciating like the shine effects, some stuff aspects and tones, as the pitch kind of happens. But it's kind of good, nice, fair, just drifting, simple commerce pitch like that within the hit type feels, but just the aspect kind of amongst it. Lokes on if you wear them pitch like that, some stuff feels good, nice pitches. But the aspect as far as saying crunk music, second type single pitch like that, banging type nest, like a good routine kind of mixtape staples to get here, and classic kind of DJ drum bang. I definitely say just lyrical snare. I'd say within these aspects here as far as the pitch can happen, this very harsh type fit. Very harsh type fit pitch like this. It's variety as far as saying this is one of those type ones that number of folks that freestyle to pitch like that. I want to say I thought I had caught Lil Wayne freestyle of this particular one, so folks, Cameron is on here. That's another thing about this particular album, is this is actually one where the Dipset crew is kind of within the amalgamation and still being connected, pitch like this is variety. Now Joel Santana did fuck with Jim Jones, like Now, Joel Santana did fuck with Jim Jones later on within these pitches, but this actually surprised that Cameron pops up on here a number of times, pitch like that. So it's classic within the dipset type of appeal, like that initial type aspects. It's a pitch behind some of these type ones. You will catch them that type fair. Swaggy as ever, pitch like that. Sun's hit type varieties, but it's kind of, this is the definite pitch. These are sorts of varieties. It's very unfortunate, kind of the bang. I think that's kind of another aspect about this album was why folks kind of have more appeal for certain type products. Earlier, Jim Jones is the pitch that is more within the collective of Cameron being present more consistently within pitch like that. Now, Joel's was on the later type ones, 2005, 2006, 2009 ones, was kind of pitched as far as saying that Cameron kind of dissipated within these type of appeals, but it's kind of the aspect. It's the fair as some of these classic, this dipset is like a format, and just the iron fist that they had back in those days could pitch like this, a nice type fair, but just real nasty type song pitch like that, crunk music, definitely. Another one with some excellent Zaz type factor would be End of the Road. Now, within Sinister Bastards, within pitch like this, I recommend all 16 songs I'm going to talk about on here within the pitches. They're not the skits or like the On My Way to Church intro or outro pitch like that, but it's the variety as far as saying End of the Road is one of these type ones that's really within the aspect like the DJ Drama type flair. It's like a vintage kind of early bird Lil Wayne dedication and DJ Drama kind of mixtape grind to get to here, pitch like that. Just posted Sinister Affairs, Chunk of the Dudes, Affairs like that. The standard Daft Pals, pitch like that. It's the niche standard block sentiments and pitch like that. Since surprise a disc kind of particular fair, disc weaving throughout the product, disc kind of the day scene, some of the best. It's kind of the product of just one of those usual day grease kind of hungry hustler type tunes, pitch like that. Now within the variety, more or less can probably be within the aspect of throwing in some snack run type aspects within the pitch on top of it. This kind of aspect, just the money type get, but it's kind of more within the particular tone. Another day, another dollar, just a particular type pitch. Now it's more hustler's makeshift, more so than full bound kind of exacting to like the blue collar type aspect, but just the pitch like some of that gulag to kind of get within these tones. So nowadays in these pitches, it's vanilla enough within these aspects for like the pit. Nowadays, some of these type fairs are vanilla enough within these aspects where this is just banging type variety kind of listen to, just whip type car sitting pitch like that. It's within like a Quiznos type parking lot, and some of these type varieties talk about parking lot fairs like that, but it's kind of aspects for us saying this these hit type appeals, this that particular dredge type factor disc. Miss like the product of the out in the phrase pitch like that, just kind of still leftover grind shifts pitches like that, since hit type appeals. But yeah, this easy kind of Lil Wayne dedication, this overall mixtape dipset type variety type stable pitch like that, DJ Drama and Space pitch like that. One of these type ones definitely feels like Jeezy and some of those type folks should definitely rap to that sort of particular fair. Stoke Bun B and T.I. being on here in addition to Jim Jones pitch like that. So good nice varieties. Shotgun Fire is a banging type one as well as another good buzz type song pitch like that. It's like a snaring kind of locks and NY kind of razzle but weaving kind of a long type tune pitch like that. It's kind of variety. To say razzle kind of has some smokes in your system, fairs like that, just snack runs and pot runs pitch like that, since their fries is kind of hit up like some pawn shop type fries pitch like that. It's a little bit sniggering of a song pitch like that, but it's kind of variety, just kind of that relative type paranoia just pitch like that, but it's kind of the tone of some of those type ones that is kind of more or less off kilter with some of these type pitches, but it's not so much out of balance, but it's kind of pitch and just kind of this the wooziness type factor probably would have to sit a spell or some of these type products within the pitch, and just appreciating like the embellish, like some of these smoke type products. Good smoke type product within this particular album as far as these pitch album. Definitely the great sweets in rotation pitches like definitely the great sweets in rotation pitch like that. And this has enough grit amongst the fair of not having the product of just kind of being sloppy within sense of pitch, but it's the aspect of having that extracurricular type fair on top of the fairs. Then the product, it's not within the pitch just smoking and driving, but within the pitch if you can actually smoke on the road and park for a little bit and 30 minutes later get to driving again once you sobered up, it's kind of pitch of some stuff variety. So just to miss the aspects of that particular variety, so it's pitch like that, some stuff appeals, but it's kind of pitch of this smoke type product within some stuff fairs, but this some of these kind of snack run type fair pot runs pitch like that, but good nice varieties, just picking up some DVDs, pawn shop type ness, Rob Schneider type movies, some stuff pitch one ton good pitches. Bend and Stretch, the hitting type one, real standout here is like a rock solid kind of miss like the dance club and outing type boom pitch like that. Since their variety is loud pack type fair, definitely with your pals. Gin shots kind of get in your system. Since their variety hits like that. Definite meme fits and some of the stuff where it goes. So kind of the pitch as far as saying, not really like a super amount of club type stepping on this particular album within these pitches. The jazz type factor, like the gliss a lot. Like the gliss factor and some of the like jubilance on this particular fair. It's not to say like it doesn't have jubilance, it's definitely within the fray, but it's kind of, this is more hungry type album within pitch, like the full bound type variety, like consistent kind of Friday. It's kind of like within pitch, you're expecting like an album full of songs like Lean Back and some stuff pitches, and that was by Fat Joe, but the pitch of just those NY type club type tunes like Lean like Lean Back by Fat Joe and New York by Ja Rule and Fat Joe and Jadakiss and stuff. Pitch kind of probably as far as saying not within that particular aspect, but yeah, Bend and Stretch one of those type ones kind of get some dance step and kind of going on just within a mild ringtone type fit. Early Bird to that particular type fare. Twin Towers' aspect as well, good banging typeness. It has Busy Bone on there, good nice snag as far as this pitch can happen. It's like a rainy kind of dredge and personal kind of blase to get to here, pitch like that. Just some typical kind of day grit and post hour as far as these pitch kind of happen. Some of those type aspects is get some beers in your system. If the gripe is too heavy, pitch like that, some type aspects, pick up some donuts for gal on top of that. So kind of pitch as far as saying it's a particular tone amongst these. To this kind of a makeshift kind of brooding pitch like that is some rainy kind of city type fire with these aspects. Is something kind of stew over pitch like that, but it's kind of the aspects. Some of those type tones just kind of keeping it 10 toes down pitch like that. Since hit type appeals coming through for gal, coming through with like the fair, just getting like the product like some motivation for yourself pitch like that. Since hit type appeals, but just good bang type hup for like some gripe days pitch like that, hit type appeals. This is Gangsta's hitting type one. This has Joel Santana on here pitch like that, and Bazell as far as these pitch can have him. I think he's part of Dipset fairs like that. This like a grand typical kind of DJ drama kind of city rush hour embrace to get to here. Pitch some of these type fairs. Just Quiznos in your system. Some of these type prize dismiss that particular product. It's kind of a DMX kind of post hour embrace. Some of these type aspects, but kind of more chill factor. Not quite as ferocious and embalming pitch like that. Now, it's not to say it's not embalming within pitch, but just kind of a more chill type aspect of the way DMX would kind of have like those songs kind of get towards the product. I just got done with things. It's kind of the factor of like a 4 o'clock p.m. type fit. It's a hot type tune kind of get here. Definitely like a primer. I say this is Gangsta is definitely like a primer to some of those type tunes when Juelz would have his breakout type album, What the Game's Been Missing, a year later as far as this pitch album within some type aspects like the particular mic check type song and some of those type ones like Kid is Back by Joel Santana, a bunch of those type pitches. There's plenty of those type jumps. I need to start throwing more jumps off of What the Game's Been Missing on there. I have the 5 singles pitch like that, but some of those type ones definitely like mic check and fairs like that. It's kind of good 4 o'clock p.m. kind of rush hour type aspects, some of these type pitches, but good nice banginess. Jim Jones on here. Jim Jones, this shit on here, pitch like that, banging typeness. Paying attention towards it. Living Life as the Rise, the hit type ones, like a nice groovy, kind of swamped as hell, kind of beeline for like a foot tap type joint. Living Life is the Rise, the real nice type ones, like a nice groovy, kind of swamped as hell, kind of beeline for like a foot tap type joint pitch like that. Sounds type where deals is kind of a hole in the wall, kind of cool, like a hole in the wall, kind of cool cat, kind of strip club type bop. Some of these type pitches, just a Hollow Tonight type tune. Some of these type pitches, just Beezy type fit, going for like a trying to find some particular type. Trying to find some particular type hoochie and starlet within some of the pitch kind of aspects. As far as saying, just kind of needs some reprieve in terms of like a more glitz type factor pitch like that. So this is kind of the calmer slow and some of this type products are just going by some of these neon type spots pitch like that. A billiards hall, that's really the shit. Some of this type board deals is getting towards the product. Get some jukebox and fairs like that. A few buffalo wings in your system. Some of this type aspects from the pitch. Particular type bang, just cool cat type vibes pitch like that. Spanish Fly is the hitting type one that says Chico de Barge hitting type one with these aspects for us the fair is going to have. It's like a good taste of summer shine to kind of get here. It's kind of like a villa kind of barbecue and Smirnoff's kind of has some of these type pitches amongst it. This shish kebab for gals and stuff pitch. So just good nice cookout type fare. Some of these type pitches. Making ribs with an aspect for you. Making ribs and fares like that with an aspect if you're about it. Some of these type pitches kind of the tone as far as getting towards. Nice solitaire kind of come through type vibes for gal and the gang as far as these pitch game. Just good, nice particular patio villa type aspects from the tone as far as this pitch game. Just particular gives like Shaggy and Daddy Yankee type vibes pitch like that. Some hit type appeals. It's particular flare factor type high spring break type tune within certain type pitches. Also within these pitches, good nice banging typeness. Let's Rise, a good nice one off this album as well. It's like a Glared and Tupac kind of paranoia to get like an NY type stilo pitch like that. Since hit the feels it's late rise and shine. I'd say here just some kind of more miss like the later shift getting towards it pitch like that. Just get like some great sweets in your system. Since their products amongst it just kind of initiate for like the evening shift and fairs like that. Just the day shift since their products. This would be one of those 3-6 Mafia type embarks pitch like that, but it's more miss like the city snare and the snarl as far as those pitch comes. So just the aspect like that particular bitingness, but it's kind of the aspect as far as getting towards just like maybe a list of a few things to do, get towards pitch like this, and it's hit type appeals, but just kind of that particular aspect. Kind of within like vibes of Death Around the Corner by Tupac, but just a little bit more biting within those aspects as far as the pitch can happen. So it's kind of probably as far as that particular fare, just kind of racing like the Night Stars pitch like that, hit type appeals. This is Jim Jones. It's a good, nice one on here as well. Pitches like that. It's like a quality throwback to Cameron and Dipset kind of. This is Jim Jones, the banging type 1 on here, as well as a quality throwback to Cameron and Dipset kind of chipmunk. This is Jim Jones, the banging type 1, as well as like a quality throwback to Cameron and Dipset kind of chipmunk type solo get pitches like that. Just some city stepping, I'd definitely say. Pick up some Fritos pitch like that. Particular hit type songs by Cameron like Bubble Music and Sons Type 1, some pitches. Typical hit type varieties, some of those type pitches feels just ripped out of like the Purple Haze type album that was getting ready to come out a few months later, pitch like that, Sons hit type feels. Typical kind of big city kind of gallivanting two steps show bopping along pitches like that, so it's hit type appeals. I don't think I've talked about Jamaican Joint on here. It's a good, nice one with these aspects as well. It's like an excellent kind of DJ drama and early bird kind of Carter 2 kind of mixtape Zaz get to here, pitch like that. This factory kind of Dipset bang. Plenty of these type ones. There's another probably one within some of these buzz single type territories like Shotgun Fire, End of the Road, Crunk Music, some of these type ones within aspects like that. Probably some other type ones. Bend and Stretch, a good club type tune pitch like that. Some of these type ones. I think I said Shotgun Fire, but some of those type ones pitch like that. But the hit type appeal of Jamaican Joint. This traditional type weave along like a mixtape touchdown. So these are some of these hungry type ones. Just a good chunk of the Dipset crew posted up, pitched like that. Some nice hit type feels as far as the aspects gonna happen. Just getting towards the product like that particular Zaz type factor, just pitched like that. It's a daytime, go pick up some Taco Bell since the pitched amongst it. Good hit type fries, get some quesadillas, pitched like that. Excellent type ordeals. It's kind of the aspect. This Parkside kind of pleasant, toke some pitches like that, since hit type aspects. When Thugs Die's probably another buzzing type 1 as well. Good pitches like a brooding and usual kind of city day post hour embrace to get to here, pitches like that. Just buy some swishers, kind of almond joys for gal, pitches like that, since hit type appeals. It's kind of missed the embark. So it's another good, nice one with like a Tupac type flair and like a New York type sense. So it's kind of pitches as far as some of that type thug life in a more East Coast type fashion pitch like that. It's kind of variety disc, gas station type fairs, quickie mart, sense type aspects within tones of pitch like that. It's kind of the aspect of this. Going by a pawn shop, picking up like some mixtapes, pitch like that, sense that fairs just the standard shop around pitch like that. Just to miss like the city type fair, just within like the kind of quick times kind of drama and pitches like that. So sex and type ordeals, banging typeness easy within these aspects. There's a couple more of these. I don't think I talked about Lovely Days is one of these. Lovely Days, like a solid kind of droopy errand day and vanilla kind of commerce get to here, pitch like that. Just some weekday usuals, I'd say. Just need hot dogs, fairs like that. Simple kind of Walmart runs. Some of these type pitches, kind of a bop to kind of get. This one's kind of like Certified Gangsters, but just not quite as glamorous. Pitch like that. It's kind of the fair, just like a simple kind of pleasant. This fair's like a Target run. Now within pitches like the variety, probably Target's a little bit more frou-frou within those pitches, but just some of those type aspects within like a fair of just like Costco or one of these type places, just kind of variety, just some the simplistic kind of just erranding utility type day. I definitely kind of say just a mellow kind of bass guitar type 1 pitch like that. Probably do have some smokes in your system first like that, but it's kind of pitch of just leftover type variety. It's kind of sobering up some of the pitches amongst it, but it's kind of variety as far as saying just getting towards the product, some of these type fairs. Sober up, then get towards some cruise longs, pitch like that, hit type peels within these aspects, but pitches like that. Fair on top of some of these type varieties. So talking to the world's a hitting type 1 as well. This like another quick day and afterthought kind of reflect to get towards here, pitch like that. So kind of some of these type 1s and the particular product that just left like a hotel or something that pitch this kind of aspect of just like the blurry type times, this aspect of kind of after effect that just got done with like crunk type factor. Kind of within the banging this life of mine type pitches, some of the bastards from the Ferris process pitch can happen, but definitely some afterthought kind of reflect pitch like that. Just the after effect of probably more or less hungover since the pitch, the after effect of figuring out next modes, pitch like that, getting towards it, just song cry type style, some of these type pitches. One of those type 1s where Jay-Z would have like some of those particularly just kind of thought provoking, food for thought type 1s off of like the blueprint pitch like that. Some of the Ferris just kind of more depth than beneath the surface pitch like that, but kind of in a more hungry hustler type DJ drama type fair pitch like that. So it's kind of fair getting some of that Jay-Z type fair, but kind of with them pitch just like the day grease is still not going to be go suited up and get to like a suit and tie type format and go. Might go to like a park and smoke a bowl or 3 sunset pitches. So it's kind of with an aspect not quite as composition within as full bound, but it's kind of pitch just motel type fits and aspects like that. It's kind of definitely smoke one sunset pitch amongst it, but it's kind of a fair good pitch like that. Lofty but not quite as pitch elevated type lofty, but pitch like that as far as this is going to happen. It's another good buzz type song I haven't talked about on here, pitch like that. So it's another type 1. I think this is one of the last type ones I haven't talked about on here. Only way up's the hitting type one as well. It's like a typical kind of post hour, quick times kind of juror to get. Just slog but motivated, I'd say here. Pitch like that. Just some dollars kind of get towards pitch like that. Just kind of muscling through the day. Just kind of pitch about some of these. This pink skies kind of blurry type times pitch like that. Within the fact it's kind of halfway. It's kind of halfway beleaguered pitch like that, but still the aspect of just getting to his product, of just finishing up like the rope out, something stuff pitched amongst it, just kind of muscling through something stuff there. So kind of one of those type ones where the grog type factor will kind of be in there, but it's kind of pitch of just the ironing out pitch like that, something stuff fares. Get like some crispy cream in your system, something stuff rise pitch like that, extra type fares of just leftover errandine and pitches like that, possibly pick up like some quick swag for gal or something that pitches amongst it, like some socks, some of these type pitches, but hit type variety as far as these pitch kind of, so action type word deals getting towards it here. Now the particular pitch as far as saying within these aspects of the pitch behind this album, classic type album within the particular fare amongst it, just being able to say plenty of hungry type fares, something type aspects, just amidst like the commerce, like the day scene as far as these pitch kind of having just an active groove getting towards the money, pitch like that, sense type variety just within the DJ drums. So this is basically be like this is kind of more like Jay-Z's The Blueprint was like that particular title says, the blueprint for how the particular fare of like the blueprint type fare for like the hustlers makeshift and like the grind type factory getting towards some of these mixtape type scenes that we're getting ready to burge and pitch like that. But this particular one is more, this is within the activity of the fray. This has the knee-deep type variety of like consistent kind of embellish within that style, where Jay-Z was not consistently further kind of towards that particular product later on throughout the 2000s. So it's pitched like that, since that hit type feels like that spawn. Like that genre started to spawn blossomly pitch like that. So hit type feels this, if you fuck with Dedication, some of those type products by Lil Wayne, the Joel Santana mixtapes like Back Like Cook Crack, the Jeezy Trapper Die and Can't Ban the Snowman type days, the Cameron Allen's Purple Haze, and like Kill a Season, some that pitches plenty to hit type folks, Slick Pull mixtapes, plenty of hit type folks in particular. It's just the aspect this has it in spades, pitch like that. Some of it's hit type right, so it takes you right back to mid 2000s. Some of those type fashions, bang typeness within the particular flair. Mixtape staple with the Don Cannon DJ drama type fits and DJ Woo Kid sense of folks playing these type pitch amongst it. The hit type appeals. Social scene pretty banging with things aspects. So say the social score, just the pitch as far as saying the club type factor is kind of on here in mild type amounts, a little bit of getting some gin in your system, a little bit of hypnotic type fare for the gals pitch like that, since hit type appeals was kind of product. This is kind of a miss like the grit factor, so it's a hustler's makeshift, real staple one of these type ones. So it's just kind of like a hustler's toolkit. If it's kind of the aspect just like that grind type factor, just like the summer shine, springtime type shine pitch like that, since that prior to this, and miss like the lunch rush, kind of like DMX type fist, not as full blown interject, but just kind of fair as far as some of those type ones that just has like the embrace of this. This is kind of an everyday type album that would be like the Loud Pack is like an accompaniment to like the variety of just like within a mixtape type format. So taking like that dap pip type scene, putting it in an album kind of radio type appeal within certain type senses, but kind of like a street album that just kind of has the factor of more commercial, but then still within pitch of being hungry. So it nails that particular appeal, does it. So it's just that DJ drama, Don Cannon type factor just within album type format. So it's just kind of like just a basic street album, more so in the commercial. Be basically like getting like Jim Jones's kind of Machiavelli pitch like that. It's just kind of more of a street album, kind of just an off-brand pitch. It's more of like a street and urban type album and a buzz type album pitch like that, hit type feels. But aspects like that, 10 out of 10. So within these pitches, in terms of the future, like Jim Jones has dropped some albums into like the early mid. Jim Jones has dropped some albums into the mid 2020s pitch like that, since hit type appeals. There's some more type ones I'm going to get towards pitch like that, but he is active into the mid 2020s pitch like that, hit type appeal. So within pitch for us saying, I reviewed basically all of the Jim Jones 2000s type albums, so I'm going to start getting to the ones from like the 2010s of like that mixtape kind of hungry dap pip type scene, like Capo and some of type ones pitch like that, some of the hit type appeals. So plenty of those other further type ones pitch like that. There's a little bit, there's the Bird Gang mixtape, some type appeals, other type products. There's some further Jim Jones type products that are on the way pitch like that, hit type appeals. But this is a classic here, easy enough to see, kind of a blueprint and dedication type style mixtape type street type classic ESO within these pitches.